Coming up on show 673, over 1 million plug-in cars were sold in China in 2019, but what were they? We'll find out. Also, 20,000 charging points going in from Total. Yeah, you heard me right, 20,000. Reservation books opening for Lucid and a new smart EQ price announcement, plus many more stories. Well, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're listening in the world. Welcome to EV News Daily for Wednesday, 22nd of January. It's Martyn Lee here, and I go through every EV story to save you time. Thank you as always to myev.com for helping me make this show the world's first marketplace for buying and selling and learning about EVs. Lots of resources on there, from insurance to warranties, and if you're a dealer, check out the new section. Plus, they're busy organising a big event in Miami on the 8th of February, a big EV Meetup at Base Camp Miami, the largest EV event on the East Coast. If you RSVP quickly, grab yourself an Evinex goodie bag as well. Take your car, head along if you're not an EV owner yet, and see what it's all about. Got some guest speakers as well, and a really great lineup. The gang from MyEV are going to be there. InsideEVs, Evinex, Trevor Page of Tesla Owners Online. You got Eli from My Tesla Adventure. Starman's going to be there. You got Tesla Owners of Florida turning up. Tesla Tino's YouTube channel are going to be there. Tesla Unity. Loads more as well. Oh, and Brooks from Drag Times. Man, I bet he's a fascinating guy to sit down and have a chinwag with and a bit of a chat. So, if you'd like to find out more, go to Evies and T, EVSANDTEA, eviesandT.com. So, this story about Total, the, yes, oil company, has been awarded by the Metropolitan Region Amsterdam Electric, Europe's largest concession contract for EV chargers. 20,000 new charging points are going to be installed and operated by Total in Holland and across the Netherlands, actually. That's on top of 4,500 installed already by Total, says InsideEVs. As the press release doesn't actually describe the type of charging points, we're going to go out on a limb and say these aren't going to be HPCs. These aren't going to be ultra-fast chargers. There's 20,000 of them. If they do what they've done already, if they do what they've done in France, where they bought a network in France and expanded it as well, they're probably going to be 11s or 22s. But look, that's fine. 11 kilowatt, 22 kilowatt, three-phase charging. They're not going to put them, well, I don't know. Again, the press release doesn't say. It would be nice if it did make very clear. But so I'm going out on a limb, and I'm thinking if there's 20,000 of them, will they do in the Netherlands what they've done in France, which is to have a lot of these 11 and 22 kilowatt posts at charging spots, at parking spots, places where you do leave your car for several hours at a time. We do know they're going to use 100% renewable electricity and have smart charging features as well. That is a huge bit of news. We know that BP bought ChargeMaster here in the UK. Shell bought... Goodness, it's very late at night and my mind has gone blank. Was it New Motion? Oh man, if I've got that wrong, I'm in trouble. Shell have made investments, and now Total doing big investments in the EV space. All these big oil companies, these big petrol retailers. Surprise, surprise, looking at where the money's coming from, they're getting into the EV space. Long-time listeners will hear me say, the rich know how to be rich. And people look at oil companies and all that, and they're like, oh, they've got all the money, and they've made all their money by selling oil, and they're all going to go bust now that EVs are here. Well, look, the people that are very good at making money, the oil companies, don't all of a sudden become rubbish at, making money. They'll look at the opportunities, they'll look at the market, and it's just these are just the first of many, many more investments from traditional oil companies and petrol companies and all those kind of companies where they're going to move their investments into renewables and EVs, and they will continue to be big players. That's my prediction anyway. These people aren't idiots. They're very, very good at being big companies. Right, let's talk about reservation books opening up for Lucid. The US-American startup Lucid Motors has now opened European reservations for the first time on the Lucid Air. According to the company, the debut model will officially be unveiled in New York in April. Deliveries in Europe are scheduled to begin beginning of next year, says carrier Electrive. A refundable deposit of $1,000 is required. Lucid Air can now be pre-ordered in Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Spain, France, Belgium, UK, Italy, Austria, Switzerland, Iceland, and Monaco. Expansion into other countries is planned, according to the California-based company, for the production of the all-electric luxury sedan, the Air, Lucid Motors recently built their electric car plant at Casa Grande in the US state of Arizona. Well, the brand new Smart EQ range is now on sale. In the UK, prices start from $16,850 for the Smart 4.2 Coupe. $16,850 is a pretty low price for a brand new EV, and the 4.4 is priced at $17,285, and the 4.2 Cabriolet is £20,000. The Smart Electric Drive features an 82 horsepower electric motor going to the rear wheel, single-speed gearbox, 70 miles of range, maximum speed 81. The battery is a 96-cell lithium-ion battery, and they now all come standard with a 22 kilowatt onboard charger. So does that mean it's the same as the Zoe and it can charge at 22 kilowatts AC? I think it does. 22 kilowatt onboard charger means it can charge at 22 kilowatts if you give it a 3-phase supply, doesn't it? It's very late here. My brain is very, very mushy. Meaning that in 40 minutes you can get to 80% on the charge, 6 hours at home on your typical wall box. Now, 2 Tesla Model Y prototypes have been spotted in some very cold weather in Minnesota, presumably doing cold weather testing ahead of the start of production, which, as I told you about yesterday, is getting much closer. According to Fred at Electric, Tesla's been ramping up the tests on public roads. Several more Model Y prototypes have been spotted in testing, including one in the snow in the mountains of California, but Californian snow is still very nice compared to the winter of Minnesota, where Tesla appears to be testing the Model Y for cold weather. The Electric reader James L. sent in a picture of 2 Model Y prototypes in the Twin Cities over the weekend. Well, on to China next, and plug-in electric car sales in China shrunk for the past 6 months, but the rate of decline hasn't increased. The EV sales blog reports 150,000 sales in December, 22% less than a year ago, but the incentives have been removed in China. Market share is now 6.8%, and both pure electrics and plug-in hybrids are in the red, both down slightly, says InsideEVs. The top-selling plug-in models for China are all electric cars. Only 5 plug-in hybrids were even classified in the top 20. The best-selling model was the BAIC EU series, which sold 111,000 of those. In December, set a new monthly record in the Chinese market of 22,000 of them sold. The second best was the BYD Yuan, followed by an SAIC Baojun E-series. The top brands were BYD, BAIC and SAIC. Well, a Tesla owner on Reddit called Tesla Model 11 created and developed what they've called Tesla Theatre. It's a free service for fellow Tesla owners that will allow them to access different streaming media apps in full screen. Instead of a small browser window, the creators verified its functionality on the Model 3, the S and the X, and it's now ready for wide beta testing, according to Clean Technica. On the bottom of the site, there's a button that says Enable Full Screen. Click the button and it enables a workaround that launches full screen mode. Loads a YouTube screen that loops you back into the interface where you can watch on a full screen rather than in a browser on Tesla Theatre. Check out teslatheatre.com if you want to have a little beta go at that. Right, new question of the week thanks to myev.com. With increasing attacks on EVs and vandalism caught on Sentry mode, why do you think some people have a problem with EVs? If you want to email me, hello@evnewsdaily.com, leave a comment on the show notes or YouTube. Thank you to 230 patrons of the podcast now. Wowzers, thank you so much. 230 patrons. Did I mention John Wilson at the start of the show? Man, it's late tonight. I've been working all day. Did I mention John? A new Patreon producer, John Wilson. Thank you, John. John Wilson signed up today. And John, as a new producer, brings this show to you. Thank you, man. Check out what it's about. Patreon, patreon.com/evnewsdaily. If for the price of 1 or 2 posh coffees a month, you'd like to support the work that we do here and spread the news about EVs far and wide around the world. Well, thank you to my premium partners, Phil Roberts of Electric Future, Brad Crosby, thank you Brad, and Avid Technology. In the meantime, come and say hi on the socials by searching EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you soon, and remember, there is no such thing as a self-charging hybrid.